Just last year, in 2022, Costner shared a few words about his ex-wife with E-Talk.
I love to see my wife dressed up, and I love to walk with her, and our daughter watched her get dressed today, and it was just a perfect way of watching our younger daughter look up to her mom.
And in February 2023, after receiving his Golden Globe Award, he talked about how his wife Baumgartner made the night so special, even though they couldn't attend the main event because of the flood.
Chris and I, we weren't able to make it to the Golden Globes, and because of the flood.
But in May 2022, just 2 months after that, Costner's wife of 18 years, Christine Baumgartner, decided to end their journey, referring to reasons we've sadly heard too many times: irreconcilable differences. But honestly, there are a lot of questions in our heads that need answers. What happened? They've been by each other's sides through ups and downs for almost 2 decades. And now Baumgartner's saying that they have irreconcilable differences? Who's to blame? Is it Costner or her? Well, you can find all the answers to your questions in this video, where we've gathered all the ultra-exclusive news about Kevin Costner's divorce, from the legal court battle to the real reasons behind it. We're going to uncover them all, and I know you're excited. So keep your eyes glued to the screen because you won't believe it. Here's everything we know about Kevin Costner's divorce. The deja vu of Costner. First, this divorce thing isn't new for Kevin because nearly 3 decades ago, he faced a tough challenge. And it wasn't about a movie or a role. It was his personal life. Back in 1984, he went through a hard breakup with his first wife, Cindy Silva. They'd been together since 1978 and had 3 kids. That split led to a massive $80 million settlement. Christine Baumgartner files for divorce. Many of you think Baumgartner's decision to file for divorce from Costner was sudden in May 2023. But here's the real deal. According to documents Us Weekly got their hands on, the split actually happened a month earlier. Now, Kevin Costner didn't stay silent. He responded in the very same month of May 2023, confirming something important. Before they exchanged their wedding vows, they signed a prenup. Costner's representative then told People, "It is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, resulting in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action." The plea from his side was clear. "We ask that his, Christine's, and their children's privacy be respected as they navigate this difficult time." But why did Baumgartner file for divorce in the first place? Kevin Costner doesn't have the time for his family. Christine wasn't too thrilled about the schedule changes with Yellowstone. In May 2023, an insider revealed that these delays were causing Kevin to spend a lot of time away from his family. In fact, they said the show was one of the reasons the couple split up. Now, Kevin wasn't even sure he wanted to do the show at the start. The insider disclosed, Costner was on the fence about doing the show from the beginning. He needed convincing to take on the project. There were months of discussions with Kevin and his family before he agreed to it. He didn't want to commit to the show without their input. This source added, Christine wants them to spend family time at their Santa Barbara home, but Kevin was often away. However, the delays with the show's 5th season really strained their relationship. Kevin tried everything. His team even considered moving the filming to California to help out. But nothing seemed to fix things. Still, in June 2023, Christine made it clear in court documents that she did not pressure Kevin to leave the Yellowstone show. Fast forward to August 2023, and Christine's legal team was saying Kevin wouldn't answer whether he had the choice to stay for season 6 or if he just wanted out. Either way, they argued he'd still get a cut from the show's profits. Meanwhile, Kevin claimed he couldn't give Christine the child support she wanted because his earnings would drop after leaving the series. Furthermore, another thing bugging Christine was Kevin's new project, Horizon. The source added, all the success and excitement over the new project probably took his attention away from his family more than he realized. Since it didn't look like that would change, and it likely could get worse, it caused tension at home. Costner and Baumgartner request joint custody of their children. So on May 1st, Baumgartner made her move. She wanted joint custody of their 3 kids, Caden, Hayes, and Grace. And Costner didn't waste any time though, because the very next day, he filed his response. He's on the same page about joint custody, but he mentioned those 2 big words, irreconcilable differences. Now, in his papers, Costner pointed out something big. They had a prenup. This prenup detailed spousal support, who would cover the legal fees, and how they would split properties. See, Costner's team got specific about what belonged to him. They said his separate property includes things like miscellaneous jewelry and other personal effects. And according to the papers, his earnings, all those dollars he made before they got married, during the marriage, and after they decided to call it quits, are his. Costner's side said, and there are additional separate property assets and obligations of each party as mandated by the parties' premarital agreement. But they dropped this line saying, pursuant to the terms in paragraph 9A of the parties' premarital agreement, petitioner to vacate respondent's separate property residences. In much simpler words, Baumgartner might have to leave Costner's house. Is there a money heist? In June 2023, some serious claims came to light. According to court documents, Costner dropped a bombshell, stating his estranged wife took a whopping $95,000 out of his bank account using his credit card. And here's the kicker. This money went straight to her divorce lawyers and a special accountant. She started doing this in April of 2023, and Costner had no clue she was doing it. In July 2023, more documents spilled the beans. Costner set a cap on his wife's credit card, allowing her to spend up to $30,000 each month. She was spending large amounts without even telling him. He didn't see it as a punishment, but called it a reasonable limitation. The fight's for home. So back in June 2023, Costner came forward with some heavy claims. He said that despite the prenup clearly stating Baumgartner had 30 days to move out after they split, she wasn't leaving their shared home. He believed she was using this situation to pressure him for money and mentioned he'd be willing to give $30,000 monthly for a rental place for her, plus an extra $10,000 just to cover her moving costs. Then, Baumgartner's lawyer, John Rydell, jumped in. According to documents Insider got hold of, Rydell said Costner couldn't force Baumgartner out legally. He even pointed out how crucial this home situation was for her. Baumgartner herself said that right now she has no personal money, meaning moving from their joint house isn't an option. She emphasized how it's all about making sure their kids have the same living standard, whether they're with her or with Costner. Now, Us Weekly found out in July that a judge didn't side with Baumgartner. A legal order was pretty clear. She had to pack up and move out of their stunning $145 million Santa Barbara estate, and she had to do it fast, by July 31st to be exact. As the days ticked by, an insider talked to people, confirming Baumgartner was on her way out just a few days before that final deadline. But before she left, the two couldn't even agree on household items. Yes, down to things like pots and pans. Baumgartner even stated in July documents that Costner was worried she'd pack up too many kitchen items, which I think is pretty crazy. From $200,000 down to $63,000 child support. Christine Baumgartner has reportedly asked for $248,000 a month in child support, stating that it's not even enough for the kids to maintain their usual lifestyle. Thus far, Kevin has not been willing to commit to paying an appropriate amount of child support, she alleged. Now, she also wants Kevin to cover more than just that. She says he should handle all costs for the kids' private school, health care, and even their hobbies and sports. Furthermore, documents from June 2023 reveal that Kevin Costner is earning about $1,537,000 a month from his work as an actor and director. Christine points out that while Kevin has been covering their bills, it makes it hard for her to pay for other things. On his end, Kevin Costner's fighting back. In June, he stated he's not trying to kick his kids out of the home they're used to. I'm only requesting that Christine vacate my separate property home and find alternate living arrangements, he said. Kevin added that he's no longer working on the show Yellowstone, so his income in 2023 will be significantly less than before. Fast forward a bit, and Fox News reported some updates. Christine will now receive $129,755 a month for child support from Kevin. On top of that, Kevin will pay $200,000 and $100,000 for legal and other expert costs. They've agreed to share the costs for their kids' healthcare, activities, and sports every month. Just before their August 2023 hearing, Christine asked for $175,057 a month in child support, saying this amount would help the kids maintain a lifestyle close to what they have when they were with Kevin. Her lawyers made a strong point, stating, because the children fly in private aircraft to go on luxury vacations when they are with their father, the family code dictates that Kevin should pay sufficient child support to Christine so that the children can go on comparable vacations when they are with her. This is true even if the child support payments also improve Christine's lifestyle. They stated, continuing to argue that the kids should enjoy the same perks no matter which parent they're with. But after hearing this, Costner fired back, calling her request highly inflated and unsubstantiated. So according to documents, the amount Costner should be paying based on his income is $123,620 per month. But Costner took it a step further. About their 3 children, he said, providing the minor children with more than the bare necessities does not require providing ludicrous extravagance designed to primarily benefit the supportive parent. To put it plainly, Costner believes that taking care of the kids shouldn't mean spoiling them or, more to the point, enriching the parent receiving the support. And the judge sided with Kevin. Initially, he had to pay $129,755 every month, but the judge later reduced it to $63,209 per month starting September 1st. Financial breakdown. Christine said that in 2022, Costner made a jaw-dropping $19,517,064, and the family spent $6,645,285. And listen to this. Some of these expenses are hard to believe. They spent $84,040 on household help, $78,780 on the kids' education, $830,000 on gifts, and a staggering $238,000 on medical costs. Now, Christine claims that Costner put $1 million into an account in her name without asking her first. I believe that Kevin's goal is to get me to tap into this money so he can argue that I've waived my right to challenge the premarital agreement, she said. And according to Christine, that money Costner put in her account, it wouldn't even cover their lifestyle. Maintaining their homes in Aspen and Santa Barbara alone cost more than $1.5 million last year. Even their beach club expenses, including a guest house and gym, added up to $449,202. But Costner fired back, claiming Christine was not being completely honest. He says she's spending 60% of their child support money on herself, including a private trainer and an incredible $188,000 monthly on plastic surgery. The neighbor rumor. So, rumors have been flying around that Christine might have had a thing with Daniel Starr. Now, you might be asking, who is this Daniel Starr? Well, he used to be a tenant living on the property that Christine and Kevin own in Santa Barbara. But Starr told TMZ, absolutely not, shutting down the rumors like a slam dunk. He said, I'm just a guy who paid his rent. And Daniel Starr left his place in March of 2023, even though his lease was supposed to last until June. Why? He said he had to move on. When pressed to spill the beans on his relationship with Christine and Kevin, Starr clarified, I was just a tenant. I had a tenant-landlord relationship with them, nothing else. Christine denies actor's friend is her boyfriend. Baumgartner stated that Kevin was wrong about the guy who gave her $20,000. Christine went on record during the divorce hearing, clearly stating, Josh is not my boyfriend. She clarified, saying, Josh gave me that sum because I was worried about money. She emotionally explained that she gave $10,000 of it to her mother and returned the remaining $10,000 to Josh. She also told the court about a trip to Hawaii where she was seen with Josh. Now, it turns out Josh is not a new figure. He has been friends with both Christine and Kevin for years, and sources close to both say they aren't dating. Christine even said that in Hawaii, she shared a room with a female best friend. Christine also talked about her future living situation, saying that she's moving to a $40,000 a month rental home in Montecito. Zoom call drama. Christine is saying that Kevin informed the kids about the divorce in a pretty odd manner. Instead of sitting down with them in person, he used Zoom. Christine emphasized how important it was to tell the kids face-to-face, but Kevin didn't listen. From a hotel room in Las Vegas, he told their children they were getting a divorce during a brief 10-minute Zoom call. Christine said she was puzzled by this, especially since Kevin could have waited just 5 more days to tell them in person. Then, during the court hearings, both got emotional when sharing their future plans. Christine said, I will look into the steps I need to take, any schooling I need to do, and I will enter the workforce. And as for Kevin, he told the court, my world's been a little shaken up. He also expressed, I need to figure out how I'm going to spend more time with the children and walk them through this process. I'm going to need to take some time for myself. I have a lot to contemplate. What I have to do versus what I want to do. The divorce was settled after a months-long battle. After a rough and rocky time in September 2023, Kevin and Christine have finally come to an agreement. They've confirmed to E! News that they've resolved all issues surrounding their divorce, describing it as amicable and mutually agreed upon. Kevin himself recently expressed that the courtroom was a horrible place to be.
This is a horrible place to be, but
he added,
it feels so bad. We're talking about somebody I love on the other side. I just can't.
And after the divorce, a lot of Costner's fans let out their thoughts about the issue. One fan said, yeah, she knew about his life. If it were me, I would have stayed in the marriage, enjoyed the lifestyle, and stayed busy while my husband was working to pay for our lavish lifestyle. Maybe I'm just independent, but I think with 3 kids and friends, pets, household duties, I would make the best of it and just enjoy him when he was home. And someone agreed to this by saying, me too. LOL. But we're old school. We let a man be a man and take responsibility for our own joy. And one fan humorously added, "Yay! Now I can finally get a chance at a guy I've had a crush on for 30 years. Haha." So, speaking of years, are you still eagerly awaiting the new Yellowstone spinoff called 4 Sixes? It's already November, and we don't even have the second part of Yellowstone Season 2. But here's the thing. We have all the hottest, juiciest, and exclusive updates about the Yellowstone 4 Sixes Ranch and Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2. You can find them all here by watching these videos right now. So click on any of these and immerse yourself in the world of Dutton Ranch or 4 Sixes Ranch, cowboy.